Oh, what's the motherfucking deal, everybody? What's going down? Let me take all this credit. This is my Corona protection gear, right? This all this shit work, right? Let's have some fucking fun tonight, man. I'm tired of talking about the bullshit. The den is supposed to be a place of fun and friendly. The place of fun. I'm glad y'all are here, man. I hope everybody is doing well. We're gonna talk about some stuff tonight. I'm gonna venture off the beaten path tonight, right? I'm gonna do something a little bit different. But we're just gonna take calls. We're gonna do some things. Like I've just been doing a lot of thinking, right? And so we're gonna have an interesting conversation tonight. Talking about Black YouTube and some things like that. Some of y'all will definitely be able to give me some game on things. I actually learned about it from a couple of y'all, and maybe I'll be able to introduce some folks to some things. And I'm gonna tell you what that has to do, with the den and why I'm banned from Black YouTube. Not really. Who the fuck's gonna ban me from like a section of YouTube? But you know what I mean. Like why it's not my bag. You feel me? You know why there's 2 dislikes already. This is like a test, right? All right, and I probably should put my fucking little thing back on. When they find me, they're gonna cancel you. Like Black YouTube fans are worse than like Beyonce fans, bro. Like we're gonna get into it though. But again, if you don't know, I'm Ed Honcho. Welcome to the Den, the best conversation on the planet. Let's just leave it like that. We ain't even got to explain why it's the best conversation on the planet. The reason why this is the best conversation, I'm going to explain even though I say we ain't got to. The reason why this is the best conversation on the planet is because you're here right now, right? And I'm glad that you're here. Even if you're just listening in, even if you're tuning in, watching, waiting on calls or whatever it may be. Oh yeah, let me put that thing up too. So, like I said, we're going to dive into this whole dilly-dally. And what I'm going to start doing too, probably in the future, and I'm going to explain why, not in the future, probably real soon, like starting this week, maybe next day or two. I'm probably going to go back to removing like the super chat feature itself. And I'm explaining why, right? So I've been working on some stuff last few weeks, a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like I want to improve some stuff. A lot of it in the sauce, a couple of things I want to do here. But I'm just like, here's my beef, and I've probably said it before with like the YouTube thing, especially with super chats, because they take like a big fucking chunk out of it, and then you gotta wait like a fucking long time. So I'm probably gonna, like I say, either go mainly focus on either using Streamlabs or like Cash App, PayPal, something like that, more direct. And for those of you who like still want your message, like I will read your messages out loud if you choose to go that way. I know a lot of people like having the things on screen, but I said I'm probably, well, I'm really gonna start taking this thing serious. Like I've been fooling around honestly for like 3+ years. And what I'm saying is there's always more that I could do. Like I said, just a lot of the ideas I have in my head. And like over the weekend, I was testing some things, right? And so I'm going to have to make a few little upgrades, few little tweaks and stuff like that. And so that's why I'm saying using these methods will be better than waiting like 50 fucking days to get something from YouTube and they take a big chunk out of it, right? When you could just get it faster with everything. So if within the next day or two you notice that that's gone, that'll be why. So really, like I said, this is what we're gonna get into, right? You're wondering like, Honcho, why are you talking about Black YouTubers? You're a Black guy. You hating on Black YouTube? No, absolutely not. It's a weird thing, but like I said, we're gonna dive into that. But before we get into it, let's see who we got joining us in the den this evening. Again, like I said, I'm glad you're here. Oh, my fucking dirty water. We'll get into that. But let's see. Infinity, what's the motherfucking deal to reform pimp? Louis 17, motherfucking still a pimp. Miss Bell, hope all is well. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? K Grace, the lovely Miss K Grace, how are you doing this evening? John from New York, my favorite New Yorker, how are you doing this evening, sir? Jason, the Texas Wolverine. Are there Wolverines in Texas? Like I'm from Texas, but I don't know. This is probably not. Like I'm pretty sure like in some jungle. But anyway, it don't matter. But shout out to fucking Jason. What's the motherfucking deal? Sweetberry. Hello, Sweetberry. How are you? The lovely Miss Jess Sarah joining us this evening. All right, I'm glad you could join us. Let's see. It's Kenneth. What's the motherfucking deal? You're absolutely right. We'll get into that. Footballer 503. What's the motherfucking deal? Leviticus Edwards. Oh, that's crazy. D the Gamma, how are you doing this evening, ma'am? I hope all is well. The lovely Miss Shonda, how are you doing this evening, ma'am? I hope all is going well for you also. Mike M. I hope everything's going wrong for you, right? I hope all the bad is happening to you. Like all the good that I'm wishing for the ladies, I hope all that bad is happening to you, Mike M. That's how I feel about that. Shout out to Mike. What's the motherfucking deal? Gina, straight from the ATL. What's the motherfucking deal? You ain't missed nothing. We're still in the introductory phase. Frost, my guy. What's the motherfucking deal? Frost, how you doing this evening, sir? Dre! Hey, man, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Dre. Good to see you. So, like I said, lots to talk about, and y'all know how we do. Every evening after the conversation, we slide into the Discord where all of the den folks are able to interact with one another, and directly and share your thoughts, views, and opinions on, tonight's conversation. But like I say, man, we'll get back to having fun in the den because that's what made the den great, right? Like, we start talking about shit and I don't know, people say things to get me angry. But, y'all know what it is, man. So we gonna make it shake. A fucking air conditioner sending me a fucking text message. These are first world problems, though. Like, this is terrible. Fucking air, don't text me, just fucking cut off. All right. So, Black YouTube, right? And let's be honest, there's a little bit of clickbait. I'm not banned from Black YouTube unless I banned myself. Because I don't really fuck with it's a lot of drama, right? It's a whole lot of drama in Black YouTube. And y'all know me, I'm like a drama-free person, usually. But something happened. Miss Ashley called in last night, and she made a statement about a YouTuber I actually like. I like what he has to say. His actual actions, I'm not a fan of. But talking about Tommy, I've talked about Tommy a couple of times on here. Like, I think that he's a smart guy. I think, he makes a lot of sense in what he says, in the things that he says. But a lot of the time, the actions are what undermines all of that, right? If you're saying all of these things, but you're doing the exact opposite of what you're saying, people are going to question you. But like I said, I have no issue with it, like him saying the things that he does that I agree with. Like I said, the majority of there'll always be times you'll say some crazy shit that makes me like, I don't know, bro. But again, you talk about certain behaviors and certain things, and then you go back and you kind of fuck with these chicks. But anyway, she called and she talked about, I don't know, somebody in some STD situation. So this is what I'm saying. Like, who does that, right? Like, who goes onto a platform and says this other person who utilizes this platform gave me an STD? Right? Like, if you're with somebody, like, you should inform them if you got some issues. Like, I think that's important. Like, don't be a scumbag. Don't be a trash bag. Like, say something. But I got questions about that after I kind of looked into it. I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole. I know I'm better than that, but I did it. It is what it is. Fuck it. And so, like I said, I have my questions about that whole situation. I'm not familiar with the other chick, and I'm not even really familiar with the other chick I put on the thumbnail, Tasha K, other than late night one night when the mixer was a thing. Two of the lovely den ladies, kind of laced me up about her, and that's really when I started discovering like that Black YouTube was a thing, not just like Tommy, you know what I'm saying, but like there's other Black YouTubers who like on like this weird group of shit, right? But again, a lot of it is drama, a lot of it is gossipy shit, a lot of it is like, shit that I don't know. Like I say, but I don't think Tommy's like a gossip guy. He just breaks down a lot of videos of niggas doing nigga shit, and that's just kind of his thing. But I think the most of it is like same shit that you get in the hood, right? Like I tell y'all, if anywhere you go in America, you cross MLK, you in Chopper City. That was off the BGI. But you're in the ghetto. You're in the hood, like anywhere, right? And so that's what I say. I don't cross YouTube MLK because, it's like, it's a different world over there, right? Excuse me, because, I forgot that it was, whatever. There's definitely a Black YouTube, right? Definitely a Black YouTube, yeah. And so my thing is, y'all know me, right? And again, and it's weird because, my opinions are pretty similar to, certain things. But I wonder, like, why certain people get backlash. I think I say the same shit. Maybe I'm not popular enough or whatever, right? I don't know. But it's like I wonder about certain things, right? And I wonder, like I fucking pulled it off and I had hair going everywhere. I was scratching my head. Don't ask no questions. Yeah, it's in a different shape. But it's fucking too low. But like I said, so my thing is just like I don't get it. Like, why is this so popular, right? Is it because of what they're doing, or is this like something that black folks like gravitate? Like, do we really like drama that much, right? And part of the thing that kind of led me to that is, y'all know the last few days that we've been on live in here, some of the topics have gotten me a little, riled up. And y'all know me, I'm usually pretty even keel. And I noticed how some of y'all responded to me being riled up. I mean, it's odd, but it kind of had me thinking, like, is this what people want? Like, again, you want to give people. I am an entertainer. That is what I am. Even though I am sitting here and I'm just like you, I get on here live to entertain, right? To present a production that entertains. But I was just like, I'm not that dude. I can't go seeking out drama. And so I wonder, like, am I different? Like, am I not allowed? Because a lot of shit. Who said y'all kicked me out the black community in here? I think Rashida took my black card a couple of weeks ago, and so I'm just like, am I the anomaly? Is this just like a select group of people who are into this shit? Because I know a lot of motherfuckers who are, but again, like, I know a lot of women who are anti-Tommy because of the things he says. But the weird thing about it too, I think some of Big Tommy's biggest like supporters are women, black women, right? I've known black women personally who have said, like, listening to Tommy actually changed their lives. I've known black women personally that hate that motherfucker. Like, and I've known chicks who, and then this is the weirdest thing, right? Because it was a chick I was talking to a while back, it's some years ago. And I introduced her to Tommy, right? Because she carried herself a certain way. And I'm just like, I'm going to see what's up. Right? Because I know most black women get kind of triggered when some of the shit he says. And she was fucking with it until, like, she watched like 3 or 4 videos. And then he said something about a situation that, pertained to her. And after, I hate that nigga out here. You was fucking with everything he said. And that's the problem with most people, right? And that's the problem with, like, I think most people in life is something can be good for you, like 99% appropriate, correct, like right. It'll be one little thing that turns you off, and you'll let that fucking thing ruin everything. Like, that's a problem. That's a major problem that we have, right? And so, again, you just have to, some of these things you have to see through, some of these things, I guess if you don't want to deal with it, you don't have to. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's really more the reaction around black YouTube that concerns me. Because I'm going to be honest, like, I couldn't be that guy. I thought about it. I was like, I could do that. Like, it's not really a difficult thing. But again, I tell you about having like an agenda. I don't want to. I do and I don't. All right? Because if I had an agenda, of course, you're going to get a targeted audience. You're going to give them what they want. They're going to fuck with you super tough. It's super easy, right? But y'all know, around here, we do things a little bit differently, a lot of variety. So it's going to be real hit and miss with a lot of people. You feel me? But I think that's what makes our community a little bit different over here compared to all of that stuff. But again, like I said, I know the drama is what people like. I know the drama is what attracts people. But I don't know, man. I wake up so stress free every day, even when shit ain't perfect. Like, I couldn't indulge in that kind of behavior, right? Like, I don't think that's the appropriate thing for a man to get into. You know what I'm saying? What are y'all talking about? The end of my angry black man? Yeah. Let me say MLK right now. You say she be drunk? I heard, like I say, that the Tasha K person, like I said, I know she's in a lot of drama. I've heard that, a lot of celebrities. I heard some celebrities like it sued her or something like that, or some crazy stuff, whatever. Like I said, it's kind of hard for me to get to, but I'm just like, it's fascinating to me that this whole thing exists. But then I start thinking about it, right? It's like always that one chick in the hood that know everything, right? She always in everybody's business. And when something go down, who is everybody calling? Because they know who got the juice, right? So it's kind of like that, I guess. I guess it's something of that nature. But it's weird. So, like I say, tonight we're just gonna kind of have some fun. If you got something on your mind that you want to talk about along these lines, or something that whatever, y'all know how we do it. Then everything's up for grabs. But here's what I would like to talk about. These are my questions that I propose to you all. If you are familiar with quote unquote black YouTube, right? I'd like to know maybe your favorite black YouTuber, why, what interests you about that, or if you just got something like some kind of story or something maybe that involves black YouTube that's interesting to you, like Ashley called it yesterday and told the story. I had no fucking idea that was going on. I hadn't watched Tommy videos in months, so. But that was funny. I didn't see his response. So I just saw, some things around it. But so like I say, if you want to call in, you want to talk about that. You want to talk about, like say, maybe there's a black YouTuber that you would suggest that may be good that I could check out, that you may suggest that other people check out. And I want to know, why is it that you think, the drama? Why is it drama that attracts people? Because here's the thing. Like, I think about, like, we love drama. Like, people love drama. People don't want to be in drama. Like, look at Wendy Williams, right? She makes a whole fucking career of talking about people, shitting on people all day long. And the moment everybody, the whole world finds out she's getting shitted on, oh, she needs privacy. Respect this and respect that, but you don't do that, right? So, like, we don't want people in our business. That's the main thing. Stay out of my business. Get out of my fucking business. Like, that's the main thing anybody says. But, as a culture, like, why do we love being in other people's business? And I don't think it's just black people with it, but I think black YouTube is centered around that. Because, come on, tabloids and all that shit has been existing for fucking ever. I get that. So, let's see. Other than that, like I say, let's just have a good time. Let's just have a good time. Like, I'm not tripping. I'm not trying to be too.
You ain't black, told the creepy Joe.
Yeah, if I ain't voting for Joe, I lost my black card. So y'all still got your black pass, and you go on the black YouTube. Let me know what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? That's my deal. But with that being said, can I call and explain my experience with black YouTube? No, Mike. Your only experience with black YouTube is here in the den, and this doesn't qualify as black YouTube. But give me a second, let me get the line open, man, and let's take some calls, y'all. Let's have a good evening, like I said. And wherever Miss Rashida is, call in so we can argue. We got to get our nightly argument in. It ain't an episode of the Den if Rashida don't call in and we get to argue in. You feel me? She tried to cut me short last night, jump off early. My 10 minutes done. My 10 minutes is up. Yeah, you missed me with that shit. I'm going to remember that shit, too. I'm going to remember you said, I hope you listening, Rashida. So remember that shit. I ain't going to tell you when, but I'm going to pull that shit back out. You remember your 10 minutes up? Yeah, I love you, Miss Rashida. I love all y'all did, folk, man. And I don't know what's going on with the hurricane. Like, I don't ever fucking pay attention to the weather. And I know it's a fucking hurricane supposed to be on the way, and I still ain't paying attention to the weather. Motherfuckers buying out Wally Worlds and shit in town, and I still don't give a shit.
You just want to go ahead and lose 100 more subs rolling on the floor laughing.
So you just want to go ahead and lose 100 more. Man, look, y'all already know the numbers don't mean shit to me. You feel me? Like, I don't give a shit about that, dog. Like, if you fucking with me, I don't care if it's y'all. Y'all remember how tough, man, they used to go hard in the Kush dens, but there used to be like 4 people in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all know I ain't tripping on none of that shit. Like, if motherfuckers don't like what I'm saying, if they ain't fucking with it, nobody's forcing them to be around, dog. Like, I'm not a number junkie. Like, that don't mean shit. So I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000. You did fucking or 100. It don't even matter. If we having some real live good conversation, that's what matters to me. Because that's what the den is about. Everybody allowed to have an opinion. Nobody's judging you I'm gonna judge you. I ain't gonna let you know I'm judging you, but I'm judging you. Nah, I ain't fucking with you. I fucks with y'all. Let me put the number on the screen and yeah. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the Cash App thing. Oh, let me put that down there too. Yeah, if you want to support via a multitude of ways, that is the Cash App name, Honcho ENT. for Honcho. Is it Entertainment? No, Enterprises. That's my LLC. Let's see. Everything else is good.
I blame myself for your ban, Honcho. My apologies.
Dan the man, dog, trust me. I was banned long ago. Trust me, it is what it is. I tried to.
Black YouTube has a lot of cult of personality energy, so dissent isn't really welcome. You can't question any.
Man, you know what? That's super funny. I agree. Like that's a weird. That's what I was saying earlier. Like the hive, they're worse than the beehive, right? Like, and somebody was telling me prior to me putting this topic, they're like, "Oh, be careful, don't do it. You might wake up in the morning, you're gonna start like, you're like, come on, you can't dox me. I tell y'all everything. Like, so what the fuck? We gonna put out information that I've already fucking told you? Like, I tell y'all fucking pretty much everything, and you know, I'm not some of these other motherfuckers. You come play with me, y'all see what happens. I'll be back on vacation. So I wouldn't advise it. That's not wise. But appreciate the love, Nick, man. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to Strong and Grand. Like I say, man, like I was banned before then. You know, I was good. Like I say, as long as I kept my mouth closed, like I could sneak in, I could infiltrate, right? Oh, he's got dreads, he's got tattoos. He's down with the cause. And then I start talking. They start asking my opinions about shit, and they kick a nigga out. Like, oh no, they take my black card. They kick me out and take my black card on the way out. So it's all good. I'm fucking up the shit. I'm all over the place. There we go. Let's put this right here. But that's my deal. Like, man, and I get it. Like, I get it. But I'm a person, like, I encourage, you know, like, people to think. I care more about people thinking than agreeing with me. Like, because y'all, if you've been around the den long enough, and maybe that's why, maybe that's part of it too, right? Because that's something I do notice, like other people have said, like in certain streamers, certain people, like if you are saying something contradictory or in disagreement or just in, like, motherfuckers will block you, ban you super quick. And so you have like this fucking echo chamber of people who are like just, you know, parrots basically.
Dan the civilian man with a master plan, happy person, sparkling heart, tears of joy, DRN lives matter, biatch. Open mouth, smile, tears of joy, hooray, hooray, hooray.
Shout out to Miss Just Sarah, the lovely Miss Just Sarah. I appreciate the love. What's up, Miss Lady Licious? Did you get your ass some sleep, goddamn? Triple OG Cool Keith, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's like. There's a lot of good shit going on. There's a lot of good shit going on. I'm talking shit and I'm joking. Like, I'm not banned. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of shit I just don't get into. But there is a lot of good game. But there's dimensions to it. It's not a monolith like when you get into Black Twitter. So there's different things being talked about. Like, and I think some of them are important. You know, who's that chick? She's actually I like her. Where's Professor Trill when you actually need him? See, Professor Trill show up when you don't want him around. And then when you actually need the nigga advice or opinion, you know, you can't find the motherfucker. See, you know, I'm talking about he on the road somewhere. Until hell gets free. Black Snake Moan. So here's my thing, right? Like the chick, and she's got like a big crown right here. You know what I'm saying? And she talks about relationships. I've seen a couple of her videos. I like her. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Bro.
Dan, the motherfucking man with the plan. Oh, let me make sure I ain't roaming you there already. So what's on your mind, Dan? I know we're both we both suffer from a similar situation, but what is your relationship with Black YouTube, Dan?
What relationship, bro? Look, I think I burned my bridges like 2 years ago. I don't know, man. Like, it started with Facebook in terms of social media and like saying some outside of the regular thought process, or the regular echo chamber of the majority of Black America, from my experience. Oh, and shout out to Sarah. I appreciate the shout out. Always got to give big ups to Sarah. I remember it was during the Freddie Gray riots. Was that 2017? I can't remember exactly. Because there's been so many riots. Whenever someone gets killed and by a cop or in the custody of cops, it's insane. And I remember saying, I told you the story before. I remember saying on Facebook, like, these riots, how does this help the situation of what happened to Freddie Gray. I don't understand the correlation. Like, what's the benefit of it? And of course, people I know for years, Yo Coon, Uncle Tom, fuck you. All black people. White people didn't dare answer any of those questions. And I don't blame them. Man. Especially now, bro.
and that's because but Broderick, I came across Willie Williams the other day, and y'all are all in trouble because of that. Because I watched that man channel. That motherfucker looked just like me. Well, not just like me, but a very similar situation. And so if I start talking real crazy, because y'all know I be restraining a bunch of shit. So if I start talking real crazy over the next few days, y'all can blame Eastside Hero because he posted something from Willie Williams in the damn den. But yeah, man, but what is wrong with having your own opinion? Like, why do you think that is frowned upon? It seems when you go into places, generally online black spaces,
Well, I think it comes to deal with the black identity in America.
Happy birthday, cake party, popper, balloon, confetti, Heidi from the DRN of the DRN to the DRN biatch.
Rappers
Person
talk
shrugging,
about it all
open
the time.
mouth, smile,
I've
tears
mentioned
of
this
joy,
before. You have
tears
these
of joy,
rappers
tears of
who,
joy.
like 4 years ago, you're talking about selling rocks and all sorts of shit, and but now you on this pro-black thing, which I'm fine with. But you got to denounce the shit you were talking about, because selling drugs, shooting people over drugs, all that does nothing but damage to any community. So you have to denounce what you said and denounce other people who said that. I remember I saw a tweet a few years ago. It had a bunch of people like, I think Jay-Z, Diddy, a bunch of like big time rappers who, made it or whatever. They're all posing for some picture. And there was this old school band, Arrested Development. Remember Arrested Development, back when Black Power was actually Black Positivity and Black Unity?
Yeah, Mr. Wendell.
Yeah, Mr. Wendell. Yeah, that was that shit, man. I remember he like tweeted out, "You see all these faces?" He said something like, "See all these faces? These are the people who sold our people out and promoted gangster culture. These guys are sellouts." And that he said something along the lines of that. And you know what you're talking about, da 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 da. And Raven Simone tweeted that. And then she got flagged too. I feel like he's right though. Yeah.
But you talk about, if you tell somebody that the things that they enjoy, they've justified and validated that they enjoy are bad, you will get in trouble. Like, even you can provide evidence, you can provide facts, and it's obvious. Like, I don't even think you need to do research or provide statistics for that type of shit. Like, if you in the hood, walk outside. Like, there's your fucking answer. You know what I'm saying? If the fucking Uber driver, the fucking Uber Eats guy trying to deliver some food to your house, and he avoiding a fucking shootout in the middle of the street to deliver you some fucking food, like, that may be a sign of a bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? So there's crazy stuff going on.
It's funny you mentioned that, because my little bro, he does like DoorDash on the side, and it's crazy. Before he told me that, because I met with him to give, like, I told you he's getting that switch to my nephew, which I came up on some luck, and he was talking about what he's doing, like just taking care of his family during these times, and he mentioned I do DoorDash on the side with my regular job, and the day before I was watching a bunch of videos of pizza delivery drivers getting killed and DoorDash drivers getting assaulted and robbed, and like my heart sunk when I heard that. I'm like, yo, D, be careful, bro. Like, don't go to Newport. I'm from Virginia. Don't go to Newport News. Don't go to Bad News. Just don't. Just get that to some other motherfucker. Don't do it. And parts of Portsmouth. And he's a smart guy. He's the wisest of me and my brothers, in my humble opinion. So I think it'd be all right. But still, I was scared, because I know, and like the 5-6 stories I've heard of pizza delivery drivers getting killed, the suspects, who most of them were convicted by now, were black. Yeah. Which is, there's a certain subsection in Black America. There's this culture of crime, embracing it, and a lot of the music reflects it. Now, look, you can like rap music. I'm not going to be that much a hypocrite. There's some rap songs. Shit. Well, was it Project Pat, Get It Green, and
Man, I don't even want to think about
Mr. Don't Play, man.
Man, I'm sure
right.
I was a big Pat fan.
Right. Look, man, that shit was raw, bro, and it reflected a lot of shit people see. And look, I'm one thing. You listen to music. People have right to free speech. You're right to make whatever music you want. You're right to whatever say what the fuck you want to say on Twitter. But trying to live that life, man, that shit gets people murdered, bro. Yeah. Why engage in it? There's got to be some other option. But then they'll say like, we in the hood ain't got no other options. Honestly, I don't have all the answers. And my parents, actually, no, because my dad busted his ass in the shipyards for 15, 20 years, did his best, started his own business. And my mom, like on top of hustling and flea markets, got her license to become an RN. We got out the hood that way. And they were both two young, dumb, alcoholic people who just had 3 kids. And they got out the hood. Mm-hmm. So it's possible.
Well, I agree. I saw a billboard, man, or a sign for a billboard. I think it was Urban Cure or something like that. They were like, want to escape poverty, basically like finish school, get a job, get married, and combine income. Like it was saying a few little basic things, but it was kind of true, honestly. But people don't want to take it that way. Like people expect it to be like some magic pass, or you're gonna get some kind of magic check that automatically says, all right, here's your out of the hood certificate. Here's your check for your out of the hood house, and it's all good. Like it's not that, dog. You're gonna have to bust your ass. It's gonna take some work. Like if you were dealt a bad hand, well, you're gonna have to finesse. You have to figure it out.
There are some options, right? Exactly. Like the military. Look, let me tell you something. I did 8 years. Military's full of shit. If you don't get the right job, but you gotta study for the ASVAB. You gotta be on time. You gotta get ready to get yelled at by a bunch of motherfuckers you don't know. You have to humble yourself. And just do 3, 4, 5 years mentoring contract. You have the GI Bill. Done. You can go to school on the government dime. And those are some benefits they're not touching, as far as I know, because I know one of the first things that happened during this corona stuff popping off, they made sure the veterans had the GI Bill would still be in place, the veteran disabilities, which I collect on both. So, that's something I recommend for a lot of people. Look, military full of shit, but man, humble yourself, just push through it. And just let the bullshit go, and just do your job, and just go home.
Yeah, I agree. Because motherfuckers will not balk. I told you that I was in there. Motherfuckers was like, "Oh, they give me that little 5 years. I'm gonna do that shit. I'll be back on the street." Motherfuckers won't balk at 5 years of time. But motherfucker, you tell me, hey man, look, go knock out 4 years of college, or you ain't gonna make it to college. Go knock out 4 years in the Army. If you in the streets, you're gonna be, dealing with some adversity. So why not go get some adversity, get some skills, and then get some benefits at the end of it. Get some discipline, change your life. You know what I mean? Like be set. So
right.
Again, like I say, had I thought differently when I was younger, knowing what I know now, well, I'd have stayed my ass in school and wouldn't have fucking just left or not giving a fuck. But, I may have taken a different route, like knowing that there are other options. But, when I was raised, especially being Jehovah's Witness, the military was like a no-go. That was like a negative view on that thing, getting involved in politics and shit like that, nationalism.
Yeah, Wakanda.
Yeah. So.
Oh, hey, shout out. It's all good, man. My mom said the same stuff, man. I didn't join the military till after she passed away, so that was an idea I just had on my own. But Heidi made a good point. If you do some schooling and you have some credits, and then you can try officer program, and there's many different branches there too. I was just stupid enough to do enlisted, but enlisted ain't bad. It's just a lot more yelling and less paid than the officers. So Heidi had a very good point there. Shout out to Heidi. But I don't want to. It's about 10 minutes now. I don't want to keep you. But in terms of the black YouTube, like I think it was Nick said earlier, it is that whole mindset. Like we all got to do this. And the biggest thing about YouTube is like black men versus black woman. Look, the issues in our community, I say, falls on both parts. And then you said that black men call, who's that selling ass nigga? His black man cards a vote. I'm like, bro, I think y'all niggas took it 10 years ago. And then you say something about black woman. Oh, he down low. He a gay ass nigga. Look, how about fuck both y'all? How about that? I'm just gonna do me. How about that?
Yeah, that's
I don't give a fuck about shit.
Then that's the crazy thing, man. If you're not attracted, or that doesn't this look that a lot of women have nowadays, which is not. Some people like it. If you want to put it all out there and people like that, that's cool. But you're going to get a certain level of attention. If you're not into that, yeah, they'll start, oh, you must be gay. No, bitch, I don't want your fucking flesh. I don't want the same shit every other motherfucker saw. Like, I want something that's supposed to be special to me. Like, if I done seen it and I ain't even spoke a word to you, then what the fuck? Like, that's just my mentality. It's everything ain't for everybody. And if you're giving it to everybody, I ain't saying I won't partake, but I'm not going to take you serious. Like, you can't be mad if I don't, if I'm not necessarily concerned, if you make it too easy for me. But yeah, that's a wild thing. If you say no, or you must be gay, then no, bitch, you just ain't what you think you is. You overvaluing your pussy. You overrated. Like, give it up. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with me.
I think people need to kind of like humble themselves. I agree. I just be humble. You know, sit down. You know, be humble. Sit down. Yeah, that song was a shit when it came out, man. But that's all I got, Honcho, man. Just black YouTube's kind of like black Twitter, man. Just everybody going at each other's necks, everybody roast game. But there are a few channels that are spitting positive thinking, business acumen. There's one guy, I think it's What Happened to Common Sense. He's a very educated black man in terms of the stock market and stuff like that. So What Happened to Common Sense, that's the channel I recommend. There's a few other guys there, too. There's one dude who was roasting Umar Johnson's ass. I think Lennon Honor, he was roasting he was breaking down Umar Johnson's scam throughout the years, bro. She was amazing, bro. That's all I got. So like Lennon Honor, What Happened to Common Sense. I would plug your channel as well into, we have a free-form discussion, so the Den with Mr. Honcho. Shameless plug. I don't know. There's a few other channels out there. I think just try to avoid the drama with other YouTubers, but that gets more views, though. But then you might get kicked off of YouTube, too, because some of them flagged your videos. Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is. That's the crazy part. That fake false flagging shit. Yeah, as I say, it comes with the territory. That's what I say, it's a weird thing, but I'm going to check those channels out, but I jotted them down. You said Lennon Honor, What Happened to Common Sense. I'm going to check those out. I'll definitely look at those. Yeah, I think he's still going in on it. Mark Johnson, matter of fact, bro, he has tire points about the shit. It's amazing. It's funny. But that's all I got, man. I ain't trying to hold everybody up all night. I hope you have a good, safe night. Me, I had to go to the car. I got to go to the dealership tomorrow or whatever, get my car fixed. I told you what happened on some BS. Yeah, I hope everything goes smooth with you for that over there, too. It should be an easy transition. Hopefully they don't keep you waiting too long. You're right. Insurance covers 90% of it. I'll be all right, so. It is what it is. Y'all have a safe night, man. All right, Mr. Dan. I appreciate you calling in and getting the party started tonight, man. Yes, sir. Have a good night. All right. Fucking Big M, I hate you. I hate you so much, Big M. Oh, you're a terrible person, Big Mexican. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Hello? Hola, ¿cómo está, bro?
Está muy bien. ¿Tú?
Muy bien, gracias. This is John.
De nada.
My favorite New Yorkers in the house. What's on your mind, John? Are you do you venture off into Black YouTube often?
Yeah, I watch some of that. You're my favorite YouTuber.
I'm a terrible YouTuber, John.
You notice I didn't say you're my favorite black YouTuber. You're just my favorite YouTuber, period.
Well, that makes me feel special. Okay, I like being the first or the best. I don't want to be the best black. I want to be the best overall. So that makes me feel really special. Thank you, John.
There you see. You're very welcome. I feel good giving you that honor. It just feels amazing because, to quote Lord Jesus, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
I agree. Okay. So, like, when you have ventured onto that side, when you cross MLK, the digital MLK, and you ventured into that, like, what kind of things have you seen?
Oh, man. Whew. I've seen a lot of people that just want to argue about the problem, and don't you dare trying to get in the middle and offer a solution. Nobody wants to hear the solution. If someone's talking about something, no one wants to hear another point of view. They want, it's not even like they'll hear it out and disagree with you. They don't even want to hear it. People just get the tone of voice change. You can see the body language on the screen change. It is not, and a lot of this overflows into other segments of YouTube. It's not just one segment. Although some segments are more so certain things than others, but it's just not a place for friendly discourse. And one of the reasons why I like Tommy's channel, well, there's a bunch of reasons. One, I feel that when he dissects a news event, I feel that he dissects it from a very logical standpoint of right versus wrong, common sense versus stupidity. And also, I like that he will tell people, only call in if you disagree with me. Don't call in if you agree with me. And I love that because I love debates. I think that when you hear someone else's opinion that differs from yours, it makes your mind think, it exercises your brain gets bigger, you get stronger, you get wiser. Even if you don't agree with them. And who knows, your worst case scenario is you'll learn something new. So that's what I like about Tommy. That's what I like about your show too, is you let anybody call in. And regardless of how smart, dumb, wrong, or good or evil they come off.
Is it bad that for each one of those, I guess you would say additives maybe, a picture of a person popped up in mind? That might not be a good thing. Each one, it was a different individual. Oh, am I still on Discord? Yeah.
We all got our own personalities. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of the dating topics when I venture into YouTube. I told you for the YouTube channel I was doing a lot of research, and I was just viewing different people's channels they normally wouldn't view, just to see how their setup is, how they run the show, what they're talking about, how the subscribers are chiming in.
Some people are so rude-faced with rolling
and
eyes, they
it was
just
just
say
disgusting.
FFK, your
The
feelings,
people,
loudly
men and women were
crying,
just like
open
cursing
mouth,
each
smile,
other out,
tears
calling
of
each
joy,
other all
tears
kinds of
of
nasty
joy.
names. Just the ignorance from one group to another, not necessarily just men and women, like it could be religion, race, whatever, just the blatant ignorance in the middle, that there was a blind spot in the middle, and I'm just like, this is horrible. And it kind of made me a little bit depressed to know that there's really people that are that ignorant, dumb, evil, and foolish, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? My services are needed even more on YouTube. So I'm like, I'll do just great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were dumb.
But I mean, yeah, they were called, I remember one. I told you this already. One channel I tuned into, they were calling black guys Nakers, like the LA Lakers, but they put an N in front of it because they can't say the N word. I guess so. Whatever. So and that's their word, like naked. Like they call them Nakers. I've watched black guys call them black women like Dustinas, and like call every single black woman a bullheaded bitch. It's just horrible.
It sounds bad. I'm not gonna lie.
And
it's funny as shit to me.
I got banned from some guy's channel because he said something like, "Oh, like you shouldn't talk to a woman on the phone ever," something like that. And I said, "Well, it doesn't hurt to talk to her once in a while. I mean, she's not a fucking robot. Like, she's a human being, Mm-hmm. If she's taking care of you right, why not, take care of her a little bit in return?" That's how it works. He banned me just for making that comment.
Wow.
You gotta be kidding me. I never been. What?
That sounds about right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's some people who are like, I mean, they are totalitarian with the shit. Like, it blows my mind. Like, again, like I said, to me, it's all about the conversation. It's about the communication. I could not imagine having just this fucking one-sided. You would think that you would get tired of hearing the same shit. Like, because I mean, I guess it depends on the topic, but like you get tired of reiterating the same things. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
and it's just crazy. Like, there's always the same blind spots and ignorance that just seems to be repeated over and over. Mm-hmm. Like, I was watching a Steven Crowder episode where he was talking to some guy on the street. I think it was in regards to Black Lives Matter, and it was pretty much a decent conversation. I would say it was a pretty good conversation, like the first 3/4 of it. And then the guy Steven just goes full fucking ignorant on the guy, just full like blind white guy to race relations, like, and I'm just like, oh my God, you were doing so good. Why did you fuck it up? And and the worst part is I think he genuinely believed what he was saying, I genuinely believe those were his real thoughts. But what do you feel that is the biggest thing that doesn't allow you to fit perfectly into Black YouTube?
I think my overall views, I got on race relations, things like Black Lives Matter and the such. I don't think, which is weird, and that's why I say I think the Tommy thing is weird, because I guess he's a Black YouTuber, but he's not in the consensus opinion of most Black YouTubers. So that's why I think his situation weird, but I think because he focuses mainly on, like, Black issues, I guess you could put him in that category. But then again, and again, like I said, I don't think I feel, because like I said, I don't want to focus solely on just Black issues. That shit gets depressing. So that's why I say I think the variety of conversation and then my general views on most issues, are not with the consensus. So I don't think it's a bad thing, but this is what it is.
Well, you could focus on Black issues and not get depressed, because you don't always have to focus like anything else. You don't have to always focus on the negative stories or the negative side of a negative story. Like, you could focus on, there's lots of positive things that happen within all communities. And if you want to focus on the positive within the Black community, that wouldn't depress you. And if you take a depressing story and then talk about how it could have been handled differently to have a better outcome, that's something that's educational and positive, and that could help any community.
I agree with that. And I agree, but it's like, but when it comes to positivity, I love it. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think more of it should be spread. But the people
are allergic to it.
People don't want it. It's terrible. Like, they don't want it. Like, a small dose of it, yeah. Like, a little bit here, a little bit there. Cool, it makes me feel good. Now, where's the drama? You know what I mean? And so, like, I agree. It's just that I would love to take that angle on things. But I mean, honestly, I don't think people would. They may watch one or two and, all right, these people are doing better than me, or their lives are good, or I don't know what it is that people, what turns them off against positive, viewing positive stuff. But
maybe, and I was thinking of this a couple of days ago. I can't sing or dance, so that eliminates two big things: entertain people. So I was like, you just have to find a way to make it interesting. It's kind of like when a mom wants to try and get her kid to eat some food that they don't like. They kind of like, or like, like if you have to give your dog medicine, you'll kind of take the pill and you'll hide it inside the food. Like, maybe figure out a way to deliver it where it tastes better to the audience. So now it's a positive message, but I don't know what you can do: sing, dance, graphics, or whatever, crack jokes, whatever it is, I guess the show just has to be that much more interesting. I think that it's easier to give people crack and get them addicted to crack and then keep selling them crack. It's harder to get them off crack and keep them doing well for themselves. So I think, maybe so many people are focusing on the drama because that's easy and they don't have much talent. So, I mean, maybe, figure out a way to work harder and deliver positive content, but deliver it in a way that makes you shine.
That's a good idea. That's definitely that's an angle to take. I think that's something I have to kind of ponder on a little bit. And there's always a way. There's always a way. I say you'll find. I mean, you put certain things out, the people will come to it. So yeah, I think it can be done. It's just, like you said, spinning it the right way that people want it. I didn't say the damn ceiling hiding.
I recorded I recorded my video for the intro, like my first video introducing everyone to my channel. And I went to go upload it. I figured out how to shoot it in 4K and everything. I went to go upload it, and something happened where I recorded it in horizontal mode on my phone, but for some reason it wouldn't flip to fill out the whole screen. So I'm literally sideways when I uploaded it to YouTube. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And it was just a glitch in my phone that I used to record it. So I had to delete the whole fucking thing and start over again. But I said to myself, you know what, I can't sing or dance, and I want to talk about the positive of everything, I'm like, I really need to do something. I got to figure out something to keep people interested, because they're not going to sit here and stare at my fucking ugly face.
But see, it's good that, you know, you had an issue on your first go round. So now it's like you kind of gotten that some of these little humps out the way. It's like that's one of those frustration things. I still do shit like that, but not necessarily turning, but like recording the wrong fucking format and the sound will be fucking off, like doing just dumb shit. I still do. So man, like that's actually a good thing. You know, get that little error out the way. You know, get a little frustrated with it, and just like fuck it and knock it back out. So
yeah, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. What other gripes do you have with Black YouTube?
Not enough twerking. I mean, if I'm going to sit here and watch this kind of ratchet shit, I'd like throw some twerking in, but like keep me fully entertained. Nah. I'm not going to lie. A lot of it, there's some things, you know, because of my, you know, personal views on certain stuff. I went into someone's channel, and the first thing I saw, and I've been meaning to fuck with their channel for a while, somebody who comes to the den. But I dipped in, they had a live, and it was going down in the live, like it was going off. But the first thing I saw when I came in was something about the first time I gave gay head, and so I had to dip right back out. There's a lot of...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, exactly, yes. Yes, like, you know, like on the StreamYard thing. Like,
was that the first thing you heard as soon as you clicked in the channel?
Like, as soon as I clicked in, it was a dude in the mix, and he was talking about some gay shit, and literally, like, you know, the StreamYard thing where like it'll pop up certain messages, and like he was talking about something gay, and then that message popped up like within the first 4 seconds of me like getting in. Like I'm in there, kind of seeing what's going on, see this fucking message pop up, and I hear it. I'm like, oh, gotta dip back out. I'll catch you on another stream. This is not my topic. Like, so yeah, I'm like cool. I'm gonna chill on this one. I want to show love, and like because they've shown me love, so I definitely want to fuck. But that one, I was just like, this ain't my bag, bro. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So it's a lot of that too that goes on, and that is, you know, that's just not my thing. Like I'm not against anybody or whatever, and it's not. Yeah, I don't want to hear about no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's
Did you hear that that black basketball player from overseas left his baby's mother and the son behind to go date Jeffree Star?
Okay, I didn't know he had the whole kid and shit going on. I saw, like, that's what I say, the internet is undefeated, dog. When they fucking went and took that motherfucker's tattoo and went and found that bitch, like, I was like, that's fucking disgusting. So fucking disgusting. Dog.
I don't get it. Like, there's so many questions I have. One, she's a very, very beautiful woman. Mm-hmm. The one that got left behind. Mm-hmm. Two, does Jeffree Star, I guess, took him away from his baby mother? Is it supposed to be like a faithful relationship? Because if he cheated on her, he'll cheat on you. So I just don't see like this whole where this is going.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to pay attention to where it's going. I don't even want to know. Wherever it goes, hopefully off a cliff somewhere, I'm going to let it go. I saw that shit. That shit came across my timeline. And I was like, what the... Because at first I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's the big deal? Like, why are they scanning this guy's tattoo? Like, did he kill somebody? Did he do... And then when I saw the post and what it was, and like, then I actually look, oh, what the fuck am I looking at, bro? And yeah, I don't want nothing to do with it. I was duped, and I was very upset about being duped. So I mean, again, I wish peace. I'm not out harassing. I'm not going to attack anybody for what they do. It's just certain, if I don't fuck with something, I just step away from it. And that's how I operate. Like, I'm not gonna cost anybody. I just don't fuck with it. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on this whole fucking weird ass situation, dog. That shit's fucking crazy. I didn't even know he left. Like I said, I didn't even know he had a chick and a kid that he left. Like, so that's that. He's a super scumbag.
Yeah.
Like,
shit. A YouTuber that I listen. Yeah, I know it is. A YouTuber that I listen to posted it, and she does a lot of like dating videos and stuff like that. And that's how I know about it. And I was like, wait, hold on, what? I'm like, and I was like, okay. I was like, there's a picture of Jeffree Star straddling the basketball player while sitting on a chair, and him wrapping his hands around her, and you can see all the tattoos on his forearms. And then they have a picture of like the guy's baby mom and the baby in the background with a screenshot of, like, I think an Instagram message saying, like, what did I do wrong? I'm sorry. Take me back. I'll do better. And I'm like, lady, you did nothing. Let me tell you what you did wrong. You were born with a vagina. Okay?
Wait. So she was actually trying to get back with him after all that?
She wrote something along the lines of, what can I do better? Like come back or something like that. Basically begging for him back. And I'm just like, he didn't leave you because you're a bad person necessarily. He left you because he likes the butt more than the vagina.
Well, that's a terrible thing. That's a terrible, dirty thing. I don't know, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? I think I put the right link on there. Yeah, that's.
But Honcho, I'm burning up I'm definitely burning past my. I'm burning harder than Kenosha, Wisconsin right now. No, but
goodness.
Yes, yeah. I heard there's a fire sale on cars there right now. What was it? Yeah, it's horrible. What was I going to say to you? Keep your head up. I think you're doing the right thing. You're tackling taboo and difficult topics to discuss, and you're putting a positive spin on them. And just remember, you're a pioneer. There's a small percentage of the American black community that votes conservative, and you and many others are leading the way to grow that community larger. And just keep in mind when you're feeling down, that Bob Marley was not well liked by the Jamaicans until he made it big in America. Just remember when MLK first started off, no one wanted him to do what he did. And they are icons today. Yeah, they're both dead, but they're both icons. You will do great. I love you, Honcho. I love everybody in the den, even my haters. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night,
John,
everybody.
You too, sir. Good night. I love you too, John. I can't leave you hanging on the love. Thank you for calling in, sir.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Shout out to New York John, my favorite New Yorker. That Jeffree Star thing, that was tough. That's tough. Right? And that's the thing, too. If people come in here, they listen. I wonder if people think, like, when they first come in here, they think, maybe more right-leaning. I wonder. I talk about weird shit that most conservatives don't. Conservative-minded people don't. But what's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Hunter? This is your boy, Man Up here.
Man Up. What's on your mind this evening, Mr. Man Up? How are you feeling about, what are your experiences with Black YouTube?
Let me put it to you like this, man. I've said it just like the guy before me just said, and I told you basically the same thing he said. Be you. Do not change. We love you, folks. I told you that personally before. The only thing is, man, is that I understand where you're coming from with everything, but at the end of the day, man, we love you for you.
I appreciate that.
Now, with the Black YouTube thing, no problem. Now, with the Black YouTube thing, I get it. I think it's just to bring money in and attention and all that good stuff. And if it works, it works. But, and I'm not knocking nobody how they get their money, even though I don't agree with it half the time. But, hey, you doing you, you're being successful, and that's always a great thing. As long as you ain't, I guess you could say, doing the wrong things to be successful.
Yeah.
But, it's just one of those things to where I think that it needs to be more positive role models in the Black community, because we definitely need that. And, in all types of ways, music, movies, personal life, everything, so we need more of this. Because
unemployment ain't kicking that $600 no more. Lol, best show on earth.
And it gets them over. It's like, really? This is what you want and like? But besides all that, though, I called in because I was listening to the guy before me. I forgot his name that damn fast. But I was listening to the guy, John. And I was going to ask you about that because I just saw it like maybe 5 minutes ago. That guy left his wife to be with this man, and it's only because of money.
I think that's it. Like, fame is a hell of a drug. And I think that's what it is.
Yes, he is. Then also too, I was thinking about this. He did the same thing that a lot of women do to men. He left that gay man only use the situation that he's in to take your man. Excuse me, they don't do it to men, they do it to other women, excuse me. I'm sorry. But the thing is though, man, he did that. He don't, and I agree with what John just said, that man gonna cheat on you. He don't want you, he just want what comes with you. He don't want you. And they wanted begging him to come back. I was like, "What? Are you serious? Let that shit go. Move on. I know it might hurt. You know, I get it, but you gotta move on. You gotta go say, okay, bye."
Yeah, that's.
Because if he just up and leave you like that for the same sex, you're like, come on now. But that's why they said, I was like, oh no. But yeah, I just wanted to call in, man, just tell you, man, just like me and you had talked about before, man, trust me, we all love you for you. Stay who you are. I get what you were telling me, but stay who you are, man.
Already. Well, Mr. Man Up, you know, I always take your advice to heart, and I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you for that.
So, man, you do you stay safe. Love everybody in the den. Chop it up with y'all later.
Already, Mr. Man, I appreciate you calling in this evening, sir.
All right. You have a good one.
All right, you too. All right, shout out to Mr. Man Up. Appreciate the love, Miss Marie Lovely, Miss Just Sarah. And I know, shout out to Kenneth. I know you showed some love earlier. And I was cracking up at what he said. I know Mr. Nick. Let me make sure I shout everybody out. You know, like it's plenty of love to go around. Strong and grand. Appreciate all of y'all showing love this evening. Let me fix this where I'm not all looking crazy. Let me put this over here. So, like, you know, my thing is like, and I do, and I fuck with y'all, like, ultimately, and I say this because I truly believe, like, this den community is special. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all make this special. But the den will be complete. All right, I'm gonna put somebody on the spot tonight, right? You know, normally I don't do this, but since we got quite a few den folks, we got a decent number of folks in here. We're gonna do a quick poll, right? You know, I like quick polls. 0 for no, 1 for yes. How many people think that New York John should join the Discord? 0 for no, 1 for yes. How many people think that New York John should join the Discord? We gonna see, cause you know I think John is curious, but I think he knows the dangers of the Discord. He hears us talking about. He knows he's a smart man, you know, not to fall into the traps. And Miss Marie, you got to come to the Discord too. And yes, and that's why I say this, because John, you're a smart guy. I think a lot of good Discord conversations go on in there. Yes, I'm only doing it because I love you, John. I think that you would be a very valid contributor to some of these conversations. Like I said, we have some good conversations here on live, but I mean, in the den, I think in the Discord, it goes to another level with everybody being able to chime in. And like I said, I value your opinion, so I think that I think you should. Because everyone else.
Because everyone else has blocked you. Open mouth, smile, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Shout out to Miss Just Sarah. Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in the Discord. So if y'all aren't a part of the Discord, like, it's a big part of the den community. Make sure you're in there. Like, after every live stream, we go in and we chop it up as a group. And who knows, you may get a random karaoke performance in the middle of the night when nobody's there. So those kind of things happen. I still can't believe that Big M was the only person who saw that fucking first thing, that first performance. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, y'all don't, I can't even explain it, like, well enough. It's super funny that he was the only person that saw that first one. A bunch of folks saw the second, but that first one, it was, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was feeling it though. It's like I say, man, like this is a community. That's why like I say, I don't know. Maybe I don't fit in that thing. And again, like I say, I study. I haven't as much, maybe say prior to the last week and a half. There's probably a big gap for maybe like a year or two that I wasn't paying attention. Like when I first got started, I would study YouTubers all the time. Like, okay, well, who's successful? Why are they successful? What are they doing? What do I like about it? What can I emulate? And what can I put my own twist in that is unique to me, right? That's why I got away from that for a while and actually going back and looking at some things and seeing some things like, there's a lot of stuff, a lot more that I want to add and doing all that stuff. It was great. No, the Discord is like, it's a chat app, but it's, so imagine having the YouTube chat access 24 hours a day, but you have voice chat also, you can post pictures, links and all that stuff. Everything is right there. So it's just a lot more versatility. So like if you want to talk directly with the other den folks, like I say, every night it's a group of us end up getting up in there and we just chop it up. I mean, straight up in the voice chat, we argue, fight, fuss, and all of those other things. And you know what I'm saying? You call this because of Chance of Afternoon now. That's funny. I was wondering about that too, right? Because that's why I kind of tested the little thing last night, going a little bit earlier. But I think 9 is good. I think 9 is a good balance. I know 10 can be a little late for some folks, and then like I think I'm gonna get back to start posting stuff back on the podcast, at least the audio, so that way it'll be convenient for people. Thank you, Miss Dita Gamble. And that's my thing. Like, I find it interesting. And again, it's not a knock on Black YouTube. There's a place for everything. Like, if people like it and they enjoy it, then I can't knock that. But I just find it really interesting. I find it like unique because there are a lot of different personalities. But when I do kind of pay, it's like there is that kind of dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? And I don't ever want to come across that way. Y'all know me. Like I don't think that'll ever be an issue. My only beef is spamming. Like, fucking don't spam. Other than that, I don't care what the fuck you say. Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. I expect us all to be adults and be able to, handle that. But sometimes, sometimes you got to intervene with, you know what I'm saying? You say you get singing out for being raised in the den is the only place that accepts you. Oh, we love you in the den. Oh, come on, Mike. You're the bigger racist. I've never seen him say anything racist. Mike, on the other hand, well, he's got a certified Klan card. But like I say, I've been working on not being so judgmental, right? Because I tell you, I try to be neutral. I try to look at all sides of stuff, but I am judgmental. I mean, I think that's a part of life. You have to be to sustain. I mean, you make quick judgments, can be between life and death. You know what I mean? You say, how do you avoid the echo chamber on social media? Man, I fuck with shit I don't even necessarily like. You know what I'm saying? On occasion. And, you'll get some, it depends, I guess it depends on which platform you're on. Facebook, I don't think you can avoid. Facebook, you're stuck. Like, if whoever your friends are, you're stuck with what they got. Y'all know me, I fuck with the Twitter real tough because, like I said, just you can call it microblogging or whatever you want to call it. But there are some very intelligent follows on Twitter. I mean, and just you'll be like some nuggets of game that you'll get on that bitch, that can change your life. A lot of motivational people. I fuck with Twitter because you see a lot of, I follow a lot of black successful people on Twitter who, young millionaires, people who business store, like just creative and just seeing this shit. It's like, it's a beautiful thing. It's completely opposite of what motherfuckers will sit there and tell you all day. And so that's why I don't buy into the shit. It's all mentality. Because if you look at all these motherfuckers too, they all have come from the hood. Some of these motherfuckers ex-cons. Some of these motherfuckers are gangbangers who found a fucking, got into a different game and figured, oh shit, it's more money. It's like, it's a whole bunch of shit. Robert Smith. Oh, I want to talk about that, but I haven't gotten anything updated from the other day. But I think the Sweetberry said they are pressing, they're trying to hit them with the criminal charges, which is bullshit. Like, I just for 2 $2 to him. And they trying to fuck him over for what, $200 million? This motherfucker's worth 5.4. Like, come on, man. You know, it is what it is. I find it very interesting. He should have. What's that saying? You should have never gave those niggas money. You should have kept your money because motherfuckers was unappreciative when he did fucking give the money to what was it, Morehouse? Like, knowing nothing about everything. Everything is the best way to go about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's my thing. Like, there's a saying, and again, I'm not adept in the Bible. Most I read was when I was on vacation. But I know there's like a verse in the Bible saying something like, "Be childlike," you know, of mind. Not saying be an idiot. Don't be a simple jack. But that's how I try to approach stuff. Like, I'm always willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? And so I approach everything like an idiot. You know what I mean? Like everything. And trying to learn about, trying to understand. Like, if I approach something, like, I act as if I don't, even if I know a little bit of something. Like, approach like I don't know. I'll be curious to learn. That's why when I listen to people, like, I like to listen. I'm really, truly curious and interested in your opinion, even if it's a bad opinion. I want to know it. Like, I want to know why. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling in to? You can call back. I'm not sure if it was on my end or what, if it hung up, but feel free to call back. So, wow, that's fucking crazy, man. I hate to hear that, AB, man. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That's fucking crazy, dog. Like, I'm sorry to hear that, man. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling into the den this evening.
My bad, Honcho. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good, man. What's on your mind, man?
I want to ask you a question real quick. I forgot to ask you this earlier. Mm-hmm. When it comes to, like, how can I put this? Because we were talking about this earlier, what you were just saying. Mm-hmm. When it comes to other YouTubers, and you see some of the things that they got going on, for example, like a Thomas Soto Mariota, or that I've seen that woman before that you got on the thumbnail. I just don't know her name.
Tasha K.
And I've seen her once. Tasha K. Okay, mm-hmm. I know I've seen her once before. Mm-hmm. When it comes to their style, what exactly? I want you to tell everybody what you were telling me. What exactly do you think about their personal styles on YouTube?
And if, like I say, to me, what it is that they generate drama, right? And I think that's what I say. That's what I think people like. Now, Tommy particularly, like, I think he's an intelligent dude. Like I say, I like a lot of his views, but my beef was his actions outside of his safe space. So there was an incident he had with some chick that he got into an accident with, and you know, he did all that cussing her out and you know, oh, you know, bitch, my car cost more than your house, woo, all this crazy shit. And I'm like, well, how you talk to a female like that? You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, you know, if the bra was talking crazy, maybe, but she really wasn't. And so that kind of made me look at him in a particular kind of way, that incident. But, you know, then it happened the situation where we had that beef with Tariq, and then Tariq ran up on him in an interview. And all that shit, y'all been talking about each other for months and months and months, and they was cool for a little bit, and then whatever happened. So I got questions about both of them, but it's drama around all of them. Like I say, it's always some kind of beef, some kind of drama, some kind of thing. And I wonder if that's what the people are getting into. Like, if that's the case, I don't want to have a bunch of drama personally. We talk about everybody else's drama. I don't want my shit out there, but you know, it is what it is. And like I said, the Tasha K chick, I'm not super familiar with her, but from what I've heard and from what people have told me, it's, again, pure drama, you know, a lot of mess, a lot of spilling of tea and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what are you talking about, Heidi? And it's like, you know, it's just, so that's kind of my thing. But I think people are attracted. But now, that's what I say, for it, it's hard for me to do drama because I don't care for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say cool, calm, collected, but I like things to be relatively, you know, chill. If something happens, then let it be, you know, because of an emergency or something, not just to, you know, be getting all in people's business. So that's like my beef with them. But like I say, the drama thing is interesting though, because I know people like it, right? And honestly, if I wanted to focus on it, trust me, I could pull up a bunch of topics about things that I'm passionate about. And y'all see what it tends to be, things involving people harming children. I can't fucking stand that, again, certain situations with ratchetness and nigga news or however you want to, like, there's things I could talk about that's going to get me mad, get me passionate, get me on this screen and get me fired up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have seen it from time to time. Like when we was talking about the chick, who was it? Destiny Harrison and Shelly had called in with that crazy shit. Like, there's, y'all see like little sparks here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like that it's just, there's things. So yeah, I could focus on purely those topics. But then, like I said, I'd be living in a culture of drama, and that's not what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Nick, appreciate you coming through, man. And catch you next time you get a chance. But definitely glad you came through, Nick. Have a good evening. But yeah, so that's kind of my deal with them.
Oh, yeah, and that's one thing that I was talking about. That's one of the main reasons why I started watching the Den. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, there's going to always be a little smidget of drama in almost everything that we do. Mm-hmm. But when it's like your main focus on stuff, mm-hmm. that's when, to me in my eyes, I can't speak for everybody, mm-hmm. but to me in my eyes, that's when it becomes like, okay, I begin to question it. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons why I started watching you in the Den. It's like, I'm not going to say it's drama free, because of course not. I'm not. That would be a lie. Mm-hmm. But like it's the right amount of this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the right amount of, okay, let me get my take on it. Let me explain how I feel. Then you open up the lines for people to talk about things and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the right mix that I think. Like I told you before, I told you the problem. I said, people are going to start stealing your style. Mm-hmm. They are. Mm-hmm. So, and I know other people are watching on YouTube because, especially when when you start playing that little snippet that I think you said you got for radio station or something like that. Mm-hmm. People watch you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, they're going to start stealing your style. Mm-hmm. So with all that being said, though, all I'm saying is, man, I'll repeat it and I'll say it again. Be you. That's why we come to you all the time. That's why we enjoy it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, man. Let somebody else call in if they want to before you decide to get it off. And I see y'all in the chat, in the Discord.
Already look forward to chopping up with you in the Discord, Mr. Man. I appreciate you calling back in.
All right, then I'll holler at you. Oh yeah, and K Grace, they coming to you. I'll let y'all.
Already. Look, everybody in the chat probably be going, what is he talking about? What's coming? Is that a threat? Did Man Up just threaten Miss Grace? Is that what that was? No. No. You know what I'm saying? Anytime bad shit happens, it's gonna be taken. You got people who just start shit up to get attention. I agree, man. Like, I don't know, man. And honestly, I be like cautious saying stuff. Y'all let me know if I ever sound like I'm being conceited. I try not to be, but. Like I guess the YouTube thing is different. Like I talk about not really caring about numbers. To me, it is really about the conversation. Like, but I know bringing in more people, bringing in other individuals to be preyed upon by the community is always good. And then, they eventually become a part of the community. So it's always good, because I think that's what it's a big part, having new ideas, new individuals, making those connections. And the thing I love the most, honestly, about the DNA between the songs, like when people who have never met, no relations other than the Den, or haven't met there, or having conversations at the Den, or being a sauce or whatever, and have built relationships and networks and center. Like, to me, that's like the most fucking amazing thing in the world, right? Like, so it brings validation to something, to I guess what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, there will be connections whether, I'm here or not. And it's like, I'm not being there to allude to anything, I'm just saying. And to me, that's dope. Like, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's a fucking beautiful thing. Like, when I hear, if I slide in the fucking Discord and you just maybe hear two people talking that you normally don't hear exchanging in conversation, like, I love that shit. It's a fucking beautiful thing. And we've had some beefs in the Discord that have been squat. Like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, yeah, I mean, the world, of course, you know, that's the one thing. I was talking to somebody about that today. I'm going to definitely be cremated and tell somebody to get up real high in a plane and spread my ashes over the city. But my luck, they'll fuck around and drop the fucking whole urn. It'll land on somebody. If I'm worth anything, somebody will sue whoever from my estate, and I'll be fucked over, right? But it is what it is. But nah, you know, like, it's dope to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, chances are you could have possibly met elsewhere and for other reasons. You know, if you're coming to this channel for similar topics, like, that's always a possibility, right? It's like, it's wild, man. It's to me, that's the dopest shit. And then, like, when people come in, and like I say, you know, I don't, like today I'm paying a little bit more attention, but y'all know I don't, yes, you know, it's a beautiful thing. I try to watch the chat. And y'all know, especially when further, I'm glued to the fucking chat. And when people come in, they would say things, and I'd watch how people's relationships, like, as shows went on, and as, you know, the den grows, it becomes what it becomes, and the chairs squeak, and to see just how people have, maybe not say evolved, but just opinions, like, we had two super never Trumpers, right? The Den of brand, the Den pistachios, certified pistachios of the Den. I gotta get rid of them fucking, what are those Wonderfuls or something? Get them out, let me just rebrand them. Like, you can go holler like these companies, right? And, like, having to rebrand your shit, because that's what they do for a lot of these major fucking labels. I don't know how much they fucking, you know, charge or something like that. No, I'm not $3.99. This is Rona season, and that's not gonna fix the chair. It's not the that's not why it's squeaking. But like I say, man, I fucks with y'all super tough. And even, like I say, if I did, I could never, like, get away from me, because it's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just, you know, I just throw things out there. I've looked at, pondering a lot of different ideas. Because I want to keep the content fresh. Like, I don't want it to get to a point where it gets stale, or as long as news happens, you know, there's always that. But if you've been here from the Kush Den, y'all know, I don't think it comes on the air anymore, but what my favorite non-English speaking show was. And, like, ultimately, if I could make the Den that would be the greatest thing in the world ever. But, you know, there's this. Man, Ryan, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm stuck with y'all, man. With some of y'all, it's a loving, caring, balanced relationship. With some of y'all, it's an abusive relationship. I'm the one being abused. And I'm gonna call the hotline on a couple of y'all. But what? No, it's not me. All the time. In the Discord snoring. But yeah, so what do we got there, right? Like, ultimately, I think the Den will be super dope. Like, you know, we have our conversations. We take it to Discord. We have a blast in there. Like, again, I'm really serious about the community aspect. We had a 9:30 start today, right? Okay, cool. So that's my thing. Who is Lady Licious? Like, has anybody you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Triple OG Cool Keith. Who's this Lady Licious person? I've never heard of her. So, like, that's my thing, man. Like, I want y'all to know that y'all are appreciated. Like, y'all are a part of my life. It is what it is. Like, there's no escaping that. Y'all are stuck with me till YouTube bans me, and then I make another channel. We do it all over again. So, you know, that's how that goes. Well, the meet and greet thing, right? So that's what I was talking about too. The meet and greet thing, because I know, with it being Rona-ish, and until we figured out, I forgot all about that. I'm glad you mentioned that, D. Together. Thank you. Lady Licious is Pizzagate. So what I was saying, with the Discord and the ability to voice chat, there's also the ability to get on cam, so you can have a bunch of cams. So I'm going to set up a room in there, right, in the Discord for, if we want to do a digital meet and greet. And that way you have to be willing to get on camera. And everybody in there have to be, if you're going to be in there, you're going to have to be willing to be on camera. And just, we'll set up a couple of activities, a couple of different things like that for those who want to participate. Because I think a lot of us are familiar with each other. A lot of us are familiar with each other's voices, things like that. Some of us, have seen each other in various methods, but I think like that'll be real cool. So if you are interested in that and you're in the Discord, just let me know. And then what I say is I'll do it tonight. I'll start maybe set up a group, and like I said, we'll come up with maybe a date and time where everybody can I'll pull up at the same time, and like I say, chop it up. I'll have a few things together so we can make it an event. So I think that'll be cool. That's not 100 people talking at once. So I think on cam, I think you can only get up to maybe 10 people. I think it depends on what level of Discord. I think if I boost it, you can do a little bit more. But so we'll do that, and then it's I don't know, it's crazy. Yeah, and I would say I would take a vote on bringing Heidi to the Discord, but I mean, you do you. You know what I'm saying? A cruise meet and greet, man. I ain't cruising with none of y'all right now. Shit, motherfucker, get in the port and be stuck in that bitch for 2 weeks. Yes, and shout out to Culture, man, because honestly, the Discord, if Culture would have done what he did, I had no idea a lot of the stuff that is possible in Discord was even a thing. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea. So shout out to Culture, man, for doing his due diligence and just, man, lace it up and making it what it is. The den is at. All right, are we back? We back? I know it got a little janky there for a second. Yeah, Jailbird. And then that's my manager, just Sarah. She out there wheeling and dealing. So, like I say, man, it's a beautiful thing. But like I say, Black YouTube, there's a couple other things going on there, right? And I do want to touch on this. And somebody, and I was saying before that, somebody had told me, they were like, man, be careful because, they'll dox you, they'll do all this stuff if you say anything, you be negative about, whomever or whatever. And so it's not about anything negative, because if I want to say something negative, I'd make it all about that person and we'd go in. But I have no reason or anything like that. I'm just curious, people's experiences, people's views, and people's, what takes them, what makes them interested in Black YouTube or whatever it is. So, that's just kind of how it goes. And we'll I don't know. Kind of slow boogie. So, fucking Culture. So that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna call it right. We're gonna tighten it up. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get ready to slide, right? And why not? Like I say, we can all chop it up, and we'll slide in Discord. Because I'm not gonna lie, I gotta take a little mini Honcho hiatus anyway. Tasha came on. That's hilarious. But like I said, we'll slide into the Discord. Y'all know, with permission to speak freely in the Discord. We can talk a little while, but like I said, we're gonna get in there. And y'all want to know something that's crazy about the Discord? Like the wildest thing about the Discord Even Sweetberry talks in the Discord. Right? Amazing. I know. But she steal your pistachios in the stream, but she'll actually speak in the goddamn Discord. So, that's what's happening. All right, Ms. Dita Gummy, you have a good night, and I thank you for coming through. But like I said, man, we can go ahead. We're gonna call it wrap a little early. We're gonna slide to the we'll slide to Discord. Let's chop it up. Talk about whatever's on your mind. Well, I'll be in there. Let me put the link in there for y'all if you're not. So I said I was gonna do it last night, and I fucking think I forgot to do that shit. Kill that. Where we at? Oh, over here. Gotta figure out. Like I ain't gonna lie. I think I was tinkering my setup, called myself trying to fool with this fucking overclocking. I think the time is a little off, but it'll be all right. Let's do this, before I put all that out there. There we go. And I was in the fucking Sauce. Forgot I was in the fucking den. I was live on Sauce Sports fucking Big M. Pull up talking in the den and shit. Oh, shit. All right, good night, Miss Shonda. Thank you for coming through. You have a wonderful evening. There's a link to the Discord if you want to come be a part of that conversation. We're going to slide in there immediately after the stream. Hey, then folk, I fucks with y'all. Come to the Discord. John, I'm looking at you. But, hey, look, y'all ain't got to go home. Again, like I said, I'm inviting you to the Discord. But you do need to go follow on all the proper social medias down there, all over there, whatever it's at. Ed Honcho, HTX, Instagram, Twitter, Intro Live on Facebook. All the other links you need to anything are in the description below. But with that being said, y'all ain't gotta go home, but y'all gotta get the fuck up out of here. I don't know what y'all expect me to say, dude. You gotta get out. I like y'all, but I ain't finna just leave you all in my crib while I ain't here. I don't trust y'all. Sweetberry look like she steal. Lady Licious look like she'll take your toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I can't just be leaving y'all in here randomly. Shit just start missing, and gotta start pointing fingers. I don't even want to get out like that. You feel me? But I'm fucking with y'all in the Discord. I'm out.